Power, power, power.
Now, you are playing with power.
世界を制したダイナマイトパンチ、日本上陸 Mike Tyson's Punch Out。 立ちはだかる10人の世界ランカーを倒し、世界ヘビー級チャンピオンにチャレンジ。 Punch Out from Nintendo。 倒すか倒されるか。
Yeah, prove who the real champion is.
Was it ever close?
It was over before it started.
Think there'll be a rematch? How about a shot of the two champs together?
Diet Pepsi's won the title. In head-to-head taste tests, Diet Pepsi challenged and decisively beat Diet Coke.
Mike, how do you feel about sharing your title, huh?
No problem. Just not sharing my Diet Pepsi.
Diet Pepsi, the undisputed champion.
Tyson, Toyota, トラック、レーザータフディーゼル、新登場。
It's super strong.
Let's go to our ring announcer, Michael Buffer.
Mr. Donald Trump's Trump Plaza Hotel and Casino on the Boardwalk in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Tonight, Don King Productions presents World Championship Boxing. This bout is presented with the approval of the New Jersey State Athletic Control Board. Boxing Commissioner Larry Hazard, Chairman Jerry Gormley, Deputy Commissioners Nick D. Balistrari and Lawrence Wallace. It is sanctioned by the International Boxing Federation. At ringside, President Robert W. Lee. The ringside supervisor, Bill Brennan. The World Boxing Council is represented by President Jose Suleiman and representative of that organization, Dr. Elias Cano. The World Boxing Association, its president, Gilberto Mendoza, at ringside, along with James Davids, Esquire Legal Counsel, and Championship Committee Chairman, Dr. Elias M. Cordova. The three judges for this contest, John Stewart, Eva Shane, and Rocky Castellani. Chief ringside physician, Dr. Frank B. Dawkins. Also at ringside, Dr. Stanley Eden and Dr. Charles Wilson. The timekeeper, Roosevelt Gilbert. And coming for the knockdown seconds, Joe Cortez. And the referee is Frank Cappuccino. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, two special introductions. First, in the ring at this time, the gentleman responsible for bringing this spectacular event to Atlantic City, and I would like him to be properly acknowledged. He's a man whose success in business epitomizes the American dream. The author of the year's best-selling book, The Art of the Deal, his vision and accomplishment make him the quintessential entrepreneur. Ladies and gentlemen, New Jersey thanks him, our host for this great evening of championship boxing, Mr. Donald J. Trump. And another gentleman in the ring. In 1960, an Olympic gold medal winner. In 1964, the heavyweight championship. 10 years later, again, the world heavyweight champion. And in 1979, he won it an unprecedented third time. Perhaps he is the greatest of all time, ladies and gentlemen, the former three-time heavyweight champion of the world, Muhammad Ali. And now, ladies and gentlemen, once and for all, let's get ready to rumble 12 rounds for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the white trunks with black trim, and weighing in at 212 1/4 pounds. He's originally from St. Louis, Missouri, now lives in Wilmington, Delaware. This Olympic gold medal champion has a professional record of 31 victories without a loss, 21 by knockout. He is the former undisputed and undefeated light heavyweight champion of the world and the only king of that division ever to win the heavyweight title in the history of boxing. Because he never lost that title in the ring, he is still recognized by many, including Boxing Illustrated and Ring Magazine, as the heavyweight champion. Ladies and gentlemen, the undefeated man who brings the jigs, Micheal Spinks. And fighting out of the red corner, wearing the solid black trunks and weighing 218 1/4 pounds, originally from the streets of Brooklyn. He passed through the hometown of the late great trainer of champions, Customato, Catskill, New York, and he now lives in North New Jersey. His professional record, 34 consecutive victories with 30 knockouts, including 26 KOs in 5 rounds or less, and 15 in the first round alone. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the undisputed, the undefeated heavyweight champion of the world, Iron Mike Tyson.
I want to tell you, this crowd is ready for it. Bob Sheridan here on the Don King Sports and Entertainment Network. As Frank Cappuccino calls them in, let's listen.
Both giving their instructions in the dressing room. Are there any questions by either of you? All right, both of you touch gloves. Good luck to both of you.
Millions and millions of dollars on the line. Billions of people literally around the world watching this fight. Hope you're enjoying it. Mike Tyson ready to go against Micheal Spinks, at stake the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. This is a 12-round fight. This is the only guy who many people think have an opportunity to do something against Iron Mike Tyson. Tyson dressed in his black trunks, no socks, no real flashiness to anything but his boxing. Micheal Spinks, on the other hand, dressed in his white trunks with the black trim, the white shoes, and we're just about ready to go. The opening bell, let's see what happens. Tyson attacks immediately, cuts off the ring, throws a wild right hand. This is round one, what just on the way. Spinks not able to hold him off so far with a jab. He tries to come back at him, but Tyson walks right through it. Tyson showing no fear, no respect at all here in round one. And Micheal Spinks has to hang on to the first round of the fight. Frank Cappuccino has to separate the two. Absolutely no fear and no respect by Tyson for any jabs or anything that Mike Spinks can do. Tyson just looking for the opportunity to land a vicious left hook and then a right hand. While Micheal Spinks was successful against Larry Holmes, an aging Larry Holmes, and he was successful against the guy that hadn't fought in a long time in Jerry Cooney, the right hand lands to the head of Mike Spinks. It's Tyson all the way here in round number one. Vicious shots to the body. Nothing really heavy landing yet, but he's taking them. The uppercut. Body shot. Down goes Mike Spinks for the first time. The count is up to 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. That was a body shot that took him down. Here comes Mike Spinks in. He leads to the right hand. Down he goes. I don't think you get up from this. Mike Spinks is laying flat on his back. The count is up to 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. He won't be able to do it. It's all over. Mike Tyson has won it. Spinks almost fell back through. A dramatic first round knockout for Mike Tyson. Unbelievable strike. It came in the first round. And the timer tells me 1:31 of the first round. One of the fastest knockouts in heavyweight history. It came at 1:31 of the first round.
Laser Tough Diesel にターボ新登場
Tyson power!
さらに強くトヨタトラック
Mighty Mike Tyson.
Drawn to the big punch. The big punch is something out of the primordial ooze that we cannot deny. Now, I've seen Tyson hit guys and just remove them from the consciousness of the earth.
And we have a new era in boxing.
He wasn't just winning fights, and he wasn't just knocking out everybody. I mean, he was knocking them out in the first round, and it looked like this was his destiny.
In February of 1990, 23-year-old Mike Tyson was about to enter the ring for the 38th time in his professional career. The fight was taking place in Tokyo, Japan, and his opponent, as usual, was paid little heed. This was just another demonstration of Tyson at the peak of his powers. The culmination of a career that began with a ferocious and memorable debut in the mid-1980s. By the end of 1989, Tyson had muscled his way to the top of the heavyweight ranks, and the only legitimate challenger left was Evander Holyfield. Their meeting was much anticipated, but slow in the making. So Tyson signed up for a quick payday against an undistinguished opponent, James Buster Douglas from Columbus, Ohio. In February of 1990, the boxing press, Mike Tyson, and a grieving but focused Buster Douglas traveled to Tokyo.
The story of his mother's death had been communicated to us, but we didn't know at that moment that it had somehow galvanized him. He was, for this one big occasion, going to be the fighter of his dreams.
We covered that fight almost as an afterthought, and we got there late in the week, and Tyson was sort of off limits or jetting around, I don't know which. At that point, the only person available was Douglas, because who wanted to talk to Douglas?
Fear was a lot of Tyson's weaponry in the past when he was at his greatness. The fighters came in almost frozen, almost the prey of a cobra. But Buster Douglas, by his mother just dying, he had no fear. What do I care? That just happened to be the perfect timing that he had to fight a dissipating Tyson whose mind is going everywhere, and a lot of it's following Robin Givens' retreating figure.
While Tyson seemed indestructible going into the fight, his personal life had been full of turmoil. His brief marriage to actress Robin Givens ended in divorce in 1988, amid allegations that Tyson had beaten her and that he was manic depressive.
He was regarded as being in a morbid frame of mind because of his difficulties with Robin and the breakup of that relationship. And, you know, let's face it, Mike was known to be an unusual personality anyway.
By late 1988, Tyson's behavior had become increasingly bizarre.
Boxing champion Mike Tyson allegedly went on another emotional rampage.
Tyson lost control of his BMW and it
Mike Tyson was found guilty yesterday of fondling.
The champ's troubles continue to multiply.
At the same time, Tyson was taking apart his old management team and bringing in the new, led by controversial promoter Don King. Gone were manager Bill Caton and longtime trainer Kevin Rooney. Replacing Rooney was Aaron Snowell, who soon found out that he had an uncooperative fighter on his hands.
He no longer wanted me to run with him. He didn't want to be bothered. He said, if they come and get me to run, I'm leaving up out of here. And that was his attitude. In a workout in Tokyo, Mike was sparring with Greg Page, and he got hit and went down. He looked at me when he went down. I said, get up. And he got up and came over like this, and I wiped his gloves off, and I told him to go back in there. I had sat down one night, and I talked to Mike. I told him, you're not Superman, and the best that I know about this game, the things you've been doing and how you've been doing it, you're headed for a butt whooping.
And we are live inside Korakuen Stadium in Tokyo, Japan, as HBO Sports presents World Championship Boxing.
This was a fight that took place at about 9 o'clock in the morning in Japan so that it could be broadcast to New York. And it was the weirdest feeling I've ever had in a fight, because the people were totally, I wouldn't say unenthusiastic, but they were so polite. It was the dullest crowd I've ever seen. I've never seen anything like it.
I always say that in the Tokyo Dome, you could hear a rat piss on cotton. That's how quiet it was.
And when I went over into the dressing room to check Tyson's gloves, he was walking like an animal in there, storming back and forth, looking at me like he wanted to kill me, you know. So Mike Tyson was ready to fight. And when I left the room, I told him, I said, you know, you're going to get your ass kicked. But I got out of there real quick when I told him that.
When Douglas trotted into the ring, there was almost a sense of bemusement. We thought he was going to his doom, but he didn't.
Mike Tyson rushing toward the ring, wanting to get it on and get it over with.
When he got into the ring, I could see that he wasn't in top shape. And plus I had heard someone said he wasn't really doing any training and he was, you know, having a good time over there, and you can have a good time in Japan. But Douglas was in good shape. I remember that.
James Buster Douglas.
I noticed he was looking at me, trying to get the eye contact, do his usual stare down and stuff, but, you know, I was like paying him no attention, trying to show no fear.
Douglas insists that he's going to shock the world in this fight.
I think the weight has made a difference in his upper body movement and his legs. Keeping that jab out there. He wants to tie Mike up every time Mike gets inside. And the problem a lot of fighters make is the fact they drop that right hand of theirs, and Mike Tyson's left hook is no cupcake.
Keep in mind that Carl Williams looked pretty loose and relaxed against Tyson until Tyson hit him with a body punch about 45 seconds into the bout. Mike has not yet gone to the body against Douglas here.
Tyson is right there in front of his opponent. Not doing anything. Just reaching in. There's that right hand again. It's going to happen every time.
Another right hand, and now Tyson seems to be wobbled. Mike is not throwing back. Buster Douglas is completely dominating this round with jabs and right crosses.
But what's going to do some damage now? Buster Douglas throw an uppercut.
Tyson leaps inside with a left hook. One punch at a time, though. That's all he's throwing.
There's the uppercut.
Absolutely, the opening is there.
Buster Douglas is so relaxed, and this should save him in the later rounds if it should go that far. Mike Tyson.
Still beating Tyson to the punch, Ray.
Well, there's just no question which is the more confident fighter now. You see how easily Douglas is dominating the action inside.
And Tyson is holding on.
I've never seen this happen before with Mike Tyson. He's always been the initiator. Here he's against the ropes. I've never seen.
And there's a right hand uppercut, and down goes Douglas. As suddenly as that.
Can he beat the count?
He got a little overconfident. Got a little loosey-goosey. Still wobbly. Let's see what Mike can do to finish. And the bell ends to save Buster Douglas at the end of round 8.
Backing up. Now perhaps he's trying to bait him to come in and to relax, because that was the effect of it. Came off the ropes with that terrific right uppercut.
What a shot. Shades of Frank on his feet as the bell sounded.
And Tyson is trying to find out immediately if his head is clear.
This is when Douglas should really do a great deal of clinching, tying his head, and trying to clear his head.
Hey, don't do that.
Left hand lands by Tyson. Right to the body, he tries the uppercut again and misses. Douglas comes back with a left and a right. 3 solid shots right on Tyson's face. Just missed with the uppercut on the break, and there goes Tyson inside and up and under again. Solid right cross. Douglas wobbled again.
And the wrong guy appeared to be Godzilla until that knockdown.
The left eye of Mike Tyson is nearly closed now.
Shades of Ray Leonard against Tommy Hearns. Douglas coming back with a left and right. Tyson is wobbling. Tyson needs the ropes for support. Douglas wailing away. Without the ropes, Mike would have gone down. Plenty of time left in the round. The most action-filled, heavy punching exchange round of Mike Tyson's career.
And Mike Tyson is hurt, his eye is closing, and he is behind in this fight.
Let him go. There's this incredible surge of strength and life in Buster Douglas. Come on now. Let's go. Doug said, I am a new person now, and apparently he is.
He's been a whole different person than the one every boxing expert expected to see here.
It appears that Tyson is virtually a one-eyed fighter at this point.
A desperate one-eyed fighter. Brawling willingly just to try to get in the shot that will finish things in.
Oh, the uppercut.
What an uppercut by Douglas, and down goes Tyson.
It's over.
It's over.
Mike Tyson has been knocked out.
Unbelievable.
This makes Cinderella look like a sad story, what Buster Douglas has done here tonight.
Let's go ahead and call it the biggest upset in the history of heavyweight championship fights. Say it now, gentlemen. James Buster Douglas, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world.
I would be willing to say it's the greatest upset in boxing history.
There seems to be a little pandemonium here.
In Las Vegas, they wouldn't even put up any odds on this fight. And suddenly, Mike Tyson, perceived as this giant monolith, has been reduced to being another heavyweight champion who got defeated.